So I feel like it's yet again been another disappointing year for the Charlotte Hornets, both on the court and off the court, more so in a way that they've just been dealt by injuries yet again, and I feel like this team could use a breath of fresh air. And today we are going to do another hypothetical trade. Yeah, you read the title right. We're trading LaMelo Ball. Now, what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? I like LaMelo Ball, and I want LaMelo Ball to hit his ceiling in Charlotte. So this is going to be the hypothetical that the Charlotte Hornets realize we need maybe a different type of culture here in Charlotte. We need somebody that we're not worried about getting injured every year. Maybe we're going to try to get a little bit better defensively, and we could get an absolute haul in return for LaMelo Ball, who's 23 years old. The team tried to trade away Mark Williams at the deadline, and that trade had to get resigned. I don't know if I'm going to revisit that idea because I didn't mind that return, but you do have Grant Williams, a good veteran, out for the year. A lot of guys have been banged up this year. Brandon Miller, unfortunately, his year 2 was cut short. I feel like you haven't seen the strides of Nick Smith Jr. this year, and Tijon Salon looks like he's 2 years away from maybe being 2 years away. So I think in the offseason, we're going to look to trade Miles Bridges, who I think has built up some trade value throughout the regular season. And we are going to trade LaMelo Ball. Maybe this is more so LaMelo Ball requesting a trade here from Charlotte. He got his rookie max extension, and maybe he thinks, you know what, this team isn't going to be competing anytime soon. I want to go to maybe a bigger market. I want to go to a more of a contending team in the NBA right now. So before we get back into today's video, I want to give a word from today's sponsor, SeatGeek. The second half of the NBA season is in full swing, and the playoffs are right around the corner. And maybe for some of your favorite teams, you're not going to be making the playoffs, so you just have a few weeks left that you can watch your favorite team in person. And that's why I want to talk to you guys about SeatGeek, because they are the best place to get your tickets, and they run a great promotion when you use my code SROS10 to get 10% off any tickets. And that could be for an NBA game, that could be for a college basketball game, that could also be for concerts, festivals, you name it. So you guys know that I'm a Knicks fan, but the Knicks have been pretty good this year, and sometimes at MSG the tickets could be expensive. But I also live here in Philadelphia, and the 76ers are not going to be making the playoffs this year, and you can get great deals on tickets. I can go see them play the Wizards. Hey, I get to watch Quentin Grimes in person, Alex Sarr, some of the more exciting rookies in this league. And what SeatGeek does is they'll rate the scale of these tickets and where they're sitting on a scale of 1 to 10. Red means bad, green means good. And I can go to the Sixers game for $4. And it also doesn't matter if you use SeatGeek before, you can get that discount with SROS10. And I can also see them super up close. SeatGeek rated these as a 7, so that is a great deal. And no matter if you have an account with SeatGeek, you could still get that code SROS10 to get 10% off. It's a no-brainer. Get the deal before the NBA season is over. And thank you to SeatGeek for sponsoring today's video. So I'm praying the lottery gods realize what's going on here in Charlotte, and we can be blessed with getting Cooper Flagg in the draft lottery or Dylan Harper. And Nikola Jokic wins MVP. All right, 2K does not think it's going to be Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They do have Peyton Pritchard getting 6th man of the year, Trae Young clutch player of the year as well. I mean, the Southeast Division as a whole, I mean, every team may end up under 500 this year between the Heat, the Magic, the Hornets, the Wizards, and the Hawks. We didn't get anybody on any all-NBA teams, and yeah, we are going to be at the bottom of the Eastern Conference. Like I said, yet again, there was some strides from that 2022 team where they lost in the playing tournament. LaMelo was an all-star that year, but a lot of injuries just kind of came out of that season. So I think we can get an absolute haul, like I said, for LaMelo Ball. And LaMelo Ball progresses very well in this game. I got to figure out what team would want to trade for LaMelo Ball. Maybe it would be, I don't know, could the Minnesota Timberwolves get involved? Maybe not, who are in the NBA Finals. Maybe the Houston Rockets would get involved as the Timberwolves win it all. And Julius Randle is cementing himself in NBA history with the Finals MVP. Okay, he dropped 28, 9, and 5. It didn't go to the Ant-Man. It went to Julius Randle. All right, so I do want to override LeBron's retirement at least for one more year. Don't think we're going to have any Hornets retiring. Chris Paul does head to the Hall of Fame. He gets his jersey retired by the Clippers. Kyle Lowry by the Raptors. All right, so I'm hoping that I could build a team with, I don't know, let's see, like Cooper Flagg and all the assets we get from LaMelo. I'm just trying to think of teams that would trade for LaMelo. I think the Spurs could have made some sense, but they went out and got De'Aaron Fox. I don't think the Clippers or the Lakers are going to have nearly enough assets, or like the Sacramento Kings. Dallas Mavericks, probably not, right? Even with Kyrie being hurt. I mean, yeah, like a team like the Miami Heat could make sense, or the Brooklyn Nets. I mean, I don't want to trade him in the division, so I'm not trading him to the Heat. The Nets, I mean, are interesting, but I don't really know if I want to send him in the conference. Like, I think I'm going to definitely call up the Houston Rockets and see what type of return we can get for him. Because I don't think the OKC Thunder would make sense, obviously. The Toronto Raptors, yeah, like, I don't really want to trade him within the conference. The Blazers, I don't think they're trading Scoot. Like, I don't know. I would ask for Scoot and a lot, and I don't know if they would do that. So the Nets have the 6th overall pick. I mean, that is an asset we'd like to get in that trade. The Rockets have the 11th overall pick. Could the Pelicans make some sense. I haven't really thought about them, but pairing up LaMelo and Zion would be kind of electric, but I don't even know if they could stay healthy together. The Magic would make sense as well, as we haven't heard our name yet. Maybe I just jinxed it, but I don't want to trade him within the division. Are we going to get the 3rd overall pick? Come on, give me, yes, let's go. Come on, give me number 1. Give me Cooper Flag. Give me Cooper Flag. We are changing the identity of this team. I mean, I'll take Dylan Harper, but give me Cooper Flag. Don't be Charlotte. Don't be Charlotte. I never get lucky in the 25 lottery. Let's go. Cooper Flag, you are a Charlotte Hornet. You're going from Durham, North Carolina, over to Charlotte, North Carolina. Let's go. I wonder if he would stay at Duke. Now, you are going to be the guy we are building around here. I mean, there is excitement to LaMelo Ball and Cooper Flag and Brandon Miller all together, but I don't want to stay away, or I don't want to change of what the idea was. I've done plenty of rebuilds keeping LaMelo Ball, and I don't mind Charles Lee as the head coach. Like I said, he just hasn't really had the best roster this year with just a lot of injuries and them selling off some of their veterans. So, Cooper Flag, yeah, he is going to be a Hornet. Let's go, man. All right, that makes things a little bit more interesting here for sure. So, wow, we can get really a haul for LaMelo. I mean, the Chicago Bulls are also an interesting idea to land a big star like LaMelo Ball, but I don't know about their assets right now. Utah, could they want to pair him up? I haven't really thought about that. All right, maybe we could just try to see if Utah wants to get involved. I would definitely want Kyle Filipowski in a deal. I guess we would take on Colin Sexton in a deal. I may have to trade override this if this is the team that I want to send him to. We could take a flyer on Cody Williams. Yeah, and what? They have the 3rd overall pick in this year's draft. I don't know if I would ask. I mean, is that a lot? So I'd get number 3. We could pair up Ace Bailey, Cody Williams, Colin Sexton, and Kyle Filipowski. That is interesting. I am intrigued by this. And they could have LaMelo Ball, Taylor Hendricks, Sensabaugh, Isaiah Collier over there as well. I mean, can I trade for Collier? I would actually like Collier over Sexton, just because we're building this foundation, this youth. All right, so let's say we offered them this. I don't have any. I do have 33 and 34, but I think I'd like to keep them. I mean, I'll throw in Josh Okogie as well. So LaMelo and Josh for Filipowski, Cody Williams, number 3, and Collier. I mean, you may say that's not enough. I could easily override like a bigger deal. I mean, I maybe would ask for this Lakers first. Like realistically, I'd like to get 2 more firsts out of this deal. So 3 young players and 3 picks for LaMelo Ball and Josh Okogie. They're gonna say no to that. I'm not surprised. Okay, so I'm not giving you the number 1 overall pick, so I think we're gonna be a little bit far off. Let's see if they would do this trade. Which, I mean, the 3rd overall pick, I could land myself Ace Bailey. I could land myself a plethora of guys, Filipowski, Williams, Bailey, and Collier, and then Josh and LaMelo there. Okay, they're going to say no. I think I'm going to put on trade override because I don't want to get scammed. Because the thing with LaMelo is that I think teams would give up notable assets is he's under contract for the next 4 years. So it's not like you're trading for somebody that could leave in a year. So I assume they'd want to have as many veteran guys as possible around him. So I'd ask for Isaiah Collier. I'd ask for Kyle Filipowski, and I would ask for Cody Williams to take a flyer on him. Plus, I would like to get the, I don't know, I guess like these are all swap bests, so I don't know how much value these have. So I won't ask for the Lakers pick. I'll ask for the swap best between the Cavs and the Timberwolves, which is going to be a late first. So 2 first, 3 players for LaMelo Ball. 2K will never accept this, just because their trade logic is kind of dumb at times. You can let me know. I actually meant to give them Josh Okogie. I will do that. But yeah, you can let me know what you think about that trade. Do you think I got the better end of it? Do you think they got the better end of it? So now I want to see the Miles Bridges trade market, just because he's a little bit older. I mean, he's 27, he's still young. I just prefer not to have him on the team. And I'm actually going to get Delta Connect, a team this or a player this team was clearly interested in at the deadline. Delta Connect and Shake Milton for Miles Bridges. So the Lakers are going to get another score around Luka and LeBron and Reeves. So yeah, I think that's going to be it. Nobody's going to want Yusuf Nurkic. I think we're going to hold on to Josh Green, at least for now, because injuries can happen. We have plenty of depth. I do want to re-sign Trey Mann in the offseason. I haven't really talked about this team too much at the moment, but I think Trey Mann, it sucks he got hurt after the exciting preseason and he missed a ton of time this year, but he could really be a cool microwave scorer for us off the bench. I think right now, unless we add somebody else, like we do have the 3rd pick, Isaiah Collier, the starting point guard of this team, I think we could still get something out of Nick Smith. We're going to have Brandon Miller back, probably play the small forward spot with Cooper Flag at the power forward spot. But we got Grant coming back. We have still Salon. We have Dalton Connect. We have Cody Williams now, who we could try to develop, and he's not going to, I think, have to take too many shots at the moment. I'd much rather have Mark Williams, Filipowski, and Diabate as the center rotation. And I'm not ruling out a Mark Williams trade either. So yeah, with the number 1 overall pick, I'm sure I'm going to get some offers, but we are not entertaining any of them. We are taking Cooper Flag out of Duke. So number 2, Washington. Is it going to be a shocker? They end up taking Ace Bailey. All right, I was not going to take Ace Bailey at 3. I was going to think about trading down. But since they went Ace Bailey over Dylan Harper, that's going to make my life a lot easier. Now, I will entertain these ideas. I mean, yeah, we can get Tyrese Maxey here. We can get Kobe White here. I mean, this would be a phenomenal trade for Chicago, but I'm not stupid. Trae Young. Wow. I mean, yeah, like I got offered Devin Booker, but I feel like that's not very realistic at the moment. So I'm going to take Dylan Harper. Trey Johnson would have been a cool add as well. But we're getting Dylan Harper, who could play the 1, but he's 6'6". He can also play the 2. On my big board, I just landed the top 2 players in this class. This is going to be exciting future for the Charlotte Hornets. All right, so I also had picked 33 and 34. I took Cooper Flag and Harper, and then I also took Noah Essengay, who has some lottery potential, I think similar to maybe T. John Salon in a way as a prospect. And then we got Darren Williams out of Texas Tech, somebody I haven't really drafted at all. I think he's a top 45 prospect in this upcoming class. I have too many players on my main roster. Okay, I can easily release somebody. I mean, can I just release Damian Baugh? I would not release KJ Simpson. I would release Wendell Moore. I would release Daquan Jeffries. I would also release Malachi Flynn and Seth Curry. I will have to release Shake Milton. I will do it, but we don't have to. So, Mark Williams, welcome back. Nick Smith Jr., welcome back. Brandon Miller, yeah, welcome back. We're picking up all those team options. As of now, Charlotte, not really a big free agency destination. They did get Nick Batum and Gordon Hayward in the past by maybe overpaying for some of those guys. Ooh, Ty Jerome would be fun here. And maybe we can look after some, like one of those guys. I think I'm going to revisit the Mark Williams trade. I don't know if I'm going to like max him out. Now, him and Cooper Flag in the front court could be fun, but I don't know if Williams has that ceiling defensively. And I saw New Orleans. I think New Orleans would be interested in Mark Williams because they did just draft a center. I don't know if they're going to offer me any trade for him. Let's see. Okay, so they actually offered me Misi, but I want the other center they drafted. I want Kaman Maliwatch, who was Cooper Flag's teammate at Duke, who is his teammate. And I think they complement each other so well defensively. Now, we'll see if it could translate over to the NBA level, but I want to go after Kaman. He'd be a little bit cheaper going forward after the Mark Williams extension. I will offer another piece if they say no, which they do. Okay. I don't know if they would want Josh Green. I don't know if they'd want... I don't really know who else to throw in here, like Shake Milton. I would give them Nick Smith Jr. as well. This would hurt to see him go, but we do have Dylan Harper into the fold. Like we have Isaiah Collier now getting guard minutes, and then like Connect can play the 2. Brandon Miller can get minutes at the 2. Like I'm fine moving Nick Smith Jr. It hurts because I wanted to see him excel here, but I think we're getting a nice long-term play in Come On Mighty Watch. They're actually going to say no to that. Okay. I will give you... I mean, I don't want to trade Dave Beatty. I will give you Shake Milton. That's what got it done. That's fine with me. So I just landed like 3 top 10 prospects in this draft. It is going to be a bright future. And I think that is a turning point, a pivotal turning point in Charlotte Hornets history as we just landed Dylan Harper, Cooper Flag, and Come On Mighty Watch. And then I also got Noah Essengay, who some people actually have as like a top player in this class, and Darren Williams, who is definitely more of a fringe top 40 pick, I would say, but we have plenty of centers. Nurkic ain't playing for us. I think we're fine with free agency. Like I may even have to cut somebody before the season starts. I'm not going to sign anybody right now. We're going to roll our money over till next year. Actually, I will be bringing back, hopefully, KJ Simpson. I do want to bring back Trey Mann. And I think that made me feel okay trading away Nick Smith Jr. Like if I gave Trey Mann $33 million over 3 years, I think that's kind of a bargain. And then I'm going to hope to just get KJ Simpson back on the qualifying offer. We have injuries on, and this team does get injured a decent amount, so I think depth is going to be very key for this team. And we are going to get KJ back on the QO. LeBron goes back to the Lakers. Randall, Finals MVP Randall. I feel like we'd get a lot more money than that on the open market. Him and Cam Thomas running the show over there in Brooklyn. And I saw John Collins went back to the Jazz, which is really cool because I want to see how far they can go with LaMelo Ball and Lauri Markkanen. Like, you look at their team. Okay, yeah, Markkanen's hurt, but they have a good squad. All right, so this would have been a Mark Williams extension spot, but it's just not going to happen right now. I mean, Josh Green, we could extend. No, Yusuf Nurkic, definitely not. Like, if I have to cut him, I will. And I do need to release 2 players before the season starts. All right, so one of them is going to be Yusuf Nurkic. We're going to roll in with 3 younger centers. And we're actually going to be trading KJ Simpson because I had to cut one other player. It hurts, but I just don't think he was going to play over Collier or Dylan Harper. And we're going to trade him for Elijah Harkless from the Jazz. And then we are going to cut Harkless, and that is going to be our roster for next year. It's incredibly young, but we do have some veterans on the team. I mean, not many. But I'm excited to kind of just map out what this lineup is going to look like. All right, so the starting 5 is going to be Collier, Harper, Miller, Flag, Filipowski. Flag could definitely help out Filipowski. We got that Duke front court. We're going to have Connect, D-Beatty, Josh Green. Come on, all get minutes off the bench. Trey Mann hopefully could play soon. He's going to get like 22 minutes a night. And then I think the last spot is probably going to go to... It's going to go to T. Salon. He's going to get 14 minutes a night. Just Essengay, Williams. Wow, we have a lot of Williams on this team. Darian, Grant, and Cody. I think Cody could be the first guy in. I don't know if we're going to be really good this year, but the future is definitely bright here in Charlotte. We lost by 13 to the Raptors. Dylan Harper had 28 in this one. Cooper Flagg had 21, 11, and 5 and 3 blocks. And then we ended up losing by 1 to the Atlanta Hawks. Honestly, I'm okay with an ethical tank this year. Then we can add like AJ DeBanza to the team next year. But I just want to see this team and the young core develop and just see some, I guess, chemistry and then keep that continuity going. Like, we're 0-3 to start off the year. Maybe we're not going to be great, but I'm still very high on the Flagg Harper duo. Hopefully, Kaman can really develop into something. Wow, we can't buy a win right now. 1-8. This is pretty bad. I did not think we were going to start this bad with like just Cooper Flagg on the team. And yeah, we start off the season 1-10. I guess it's the young core. I mean, guys may be inefficient. Brandon Miller hasn't been inefficient. He's been pretty good. I think Cooper Flagg's shot will eventually come around. Same with Dylan Harper's. Connect is knocking down 44% of his threes. Maybe it's our rim protection. Like maybe Filipowski's. Maybe that's our keep. They're like seeing the young growth of this team. Kaman can start next year, but then we can get a good draft pick in the 2026 draft. All right, so I guess Cooper Flagg can't even save this franchise. I'm actually shocked how bad we are this season, as we are 20-plus games under 500, 23 games under 500. We have a negative 10-point differential. Our defense is pretty bad, and our offense is pretty bad, which I thought just adding Cooper Flagg would have at least helped out the defense. And I know he's not like a Wemby coming out of the gate, but it still would be nice. And yeah, like Dylan Harper, I mean, these guys have been fairly efficient. Outside of like Cooper Flagg's 3-point shot, Trey Mann's been efficient. Dalton Connect has been efficient for this team. I would like for T. Salon to improve because he's got 2 more years left on the deal. And if he keeps playing like that, I don't know if he's going to be on the team next year. All right, so I'm actually going to make this trade with the San Antonio Spurs at the deadline. Dalton Connect, who has been shooting the ball very well for us, is going to go and space the floor for Wemby. We're going to get Julian Champagnie, the former Red Storm, whose shot has kind of fallen off a little bit this season. But I'm going to get that Atlanta unprotected 2027 first. I think that's kind of the way we should be headed right now. I don't know if I was going to pay like big time money to Dalton Connect when he was going to eventually be a free agent. So I thought I should maybe capitalize on his hot shooting start this season right now. And I don't think Champagnie is going to crack the rotation. So this could allow for more minutes to like maybe Noah Essengay and Cody Williams for the rest of the year. All right, so 2K does give Nikola Jokic the MVP award. We do get Cooper Flagg winning Rookie of the Year, 17 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 3.4 stocks per game, 48% from the field. Still trying to figure out where his best position is going to be for us. Is it a power forward? Is it a small forward? And Miles Bridges was productive for the Lakers last year. Whoa, shout out to Zachary Risachet winning Most Improved, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 49, 39, 72 splits. All NBA first team. LaMelo Ball does make it. So this trade is looking like it's worth it for the Utah Jazz right now, as LaMelo was a top 5 player in the NBA. 25 points, 5 rebounds, and 9 assists. We'll see if the Utah Jazz did anything throughout the regular season and if they made the playoffs or not. But Walker Kessler was also a top 5 defender in the sport. So if they have a top 5 defender and a top 5 player, they probably should have made at least the playing tournament. Dylan Harper was really good. Also trying to figure out his position for us long term. Is it at the 1 or is it at the 2? Cooper Flagg on all rookie first team as well. No Kaman making it. As the Utah Jazz did not even make the playing tournament. All right. I don't know how that didn't happen for them. They actually finished with the worst record over there in the Western Conference. That just doesn't make any sense. I mean, we weren't much better without LaMelo. We lost about 2 more games than what the Jazz did this season. Brandon Miller averaged 22 points as like the #1 scoring option on this team. He had a really good second half for us. Trey Mann was an efficient 6th man. I kind of need like maybe a better defender off the bench to help complement him, as Isaiah Collier was able to play make, but the efficiency wasn't great. I mean, we're giving him a shot, but maybe I think the Jazz sold high on him. T. Salon, not seeing a lot of development there either. Filipowski's efficiency dropped. And I think like next year, I don't know. Like center-wise, I think we're going to maybe hope to start Kaman, unless I add somebody this offseason that's better long-term. I think Cooper Flagg could be with his Duke teammate in the front court, Brandon Miller at the 3, and then I think we figure out if it's going to be Dylan Harper at the 1 or at the 2. Anthony Edwards and Scotty Barnes are your conference finals MVP. So you have the Timberwolves and the Raptors, and the Timberwolves win in 6. Anthony Edwards is your finals MVP. So 2 years into this, the Timberwolves have won both NBA finals. And there goes LeBron. I overrided his retirement last year, so I really can't do it all this year. I mean, DeRozan is still, I don't know, I guess I'll let him retire on a high note. He's like an 83 overall, but his scoring has definitely fallen off a little bit. Greg Popovich retires as well, so definitely an end of an era. Klay Thompson retired. And we are here at the draft lottery where we have Memphis's pick there at number 12. I believe that is like involved in the Nurkic trade. Either way, I'm happy to have another lottery pick, and then we have our pick there at number 2. We'll see where it ends up. So we're also picking at 14 via Phoenix. Not sure if we're also getting that Memphis pick. I assume no. I assume it's just going to be that Phoenix pick at 14. Yeah, that makes a little bit more sense. It was from the Yusuf Nurkic trade. So let's see what happens here with our first round pick. We got very lucky last year, so I'm not going to get greedy this year. We got Cooper Flag. So if I drop to pick 6 or 5, I'm okay with that. But if I can land a Cameron Boozer to this team, or an AJ DeBanza, or a Darren Peterson, I'm going to get excited about that. All right, so let's see what happens here. We're picking in the top 5 at the minimum. The 76ers there at number 5. So we're picking in the top 4. Come on, give me to 3. Give me to 3. And we are picking in the top 3 for the second straight year. Let's see what happens as the number 3 pick is going to go to the OKC Thunder. Let's see what is happening here at number 2. All right, we get the second overall pick in this draft. I am fine with that. And the number 1 overall pick is going to go to the Pelicans, dating back to the Drew Holiday trade. That's kind of crazy. So I'm actually going to do a couple things here. I'm going to, just because I want to see LaMelo Ball succeed in Utah, that top 10 pick, or it's top 10 protected. So the Jazz are going to be able to keep that pick. And while I'm at it, I will give the Washington Wizards their first round pick as well, because I'm sure that is, I think it's like top 8 protected. All right, so we are going to keep Charles Lee as our head coach. But if we are somehow like a bottom team again next year, he might be gone. So if I'm taking a look here at the mock drafts, the Pelicans could take AJ DeBanza at number 1. Honestly, as cool as it would be to like have another Duke player here, I think I'm going to take Darren Peterson with the second overall pick if AJ goes 1. But if Cameron Boozer goes 1 or Peterson goes 1, I'm taking AJ at 2. And let's see who the Pelicans end up taking at number 1. They do take AJ DeBanza out of BYU. So yeah, a little bit of a surprise here. I'm going to take Darren Peterson out of Kansas. He's not going to Ohio State, and he's going to be just I think this is actually going to solidify where Dylan Harper is going to be next year, and he's going to be at the point guard spot. We're going to have Dylan Harper at the 1, Peterson at the 2, Miller at the 3, Flag at the 4, and then maybe Kaman at the 5. That's kind of electric. And then, yeah, LaMelo Ball gets to team up with Cameron Boozer in Utah. I guess there's an alternative timeline where we have LaMelo Ball and Cameron Boozer in Charlotte still. All right, but we're going to get a UNC kid here coming to the Charlotte Hornets. We took a Duke player last year. Drake Powell, who is a freshman this year at UNC. I think he could be a fringe first rounder if he declares. Maybe he decides to go back to school to improve the draft stock. And we are going to snag him there with that last pick of the lottery. And Zach LaVine was just traded back to the Chicago Bulls for the 15th overall pick. Okay. So we are going to finish up this draft. I'm going to sign Hal Beasley to a 2-way who we got there in the second round. We're going to pick up the team option on Miller, Collier, Salon, Julian Champagny, Cody Williams, Darren Williams, and Noah Essengate. We're going to have a ton of depth on this team going into next year. And I believe it's Darren Peterson with a Y. Also, yeah, I do want to change Brandon Miller's position to a small forward. He goes up to an 87. And if I change Cooper Flag, he actually doesn't go down at all. Perfect. So before we start free agency, I could look to add another center. I don't know if I'm going to make a trade right now, but we could definitely look to make a trade. We have a little bit of cap space, but nothing too crazy. And we are actually going to trade away Josh Green to the Milwaukee Bucks for a swap worse in 2028 between Milwaukee and Portland. So I don't expect that pick to be good, but I think getting any type of draft capital for Josh Green is good for our future right now. So we'll look at our future draft capital. We got a little bit to work with. We have next year's Hawks pick from the Dalton Connect trade. We have a Heat pick from the Terry Rozier trade. We have this first round pick from the LaMelo Ball trade. We just got this first round pick from the Josh Green trade. Like, yeah, we do have a little bit of draft capital to work with now. And this is going to be like a big year for like Tijon Salon, because if he does not improve, I mean, there's a chance I just don't even pick up that option next year. I'm going to bring in Kenrich Williams. We do have around $20 million to spend, but I think that's going to be it. I don't really think I'm going to go too crazy here in free agency. I mean, even next year, I believe maybe next year, Brandon Miller could be a free agent, or is that the year after that? Yeah, Brandon Miller is going to get a nice payday from us next year. Any big switch ups? Luka goes and joins Zach LaVine in Chicago. How about that? Atlanta did re-sign with Trae Young. I was hoping I was maybe going to get them or him to leave so I can get a better pick. We're seeing a lot of green, and I'm excited about this young core that we have next year. I don't know if I want to change somebody's like Trey Man's position to a shooting guard off the bench, but I really like the depth that we have. I feel like I'm going to have to release or cut some guys. All right, so any contract extensions we can get done right now. I mean, it's inevitable. Wow, Brandon Miller wants to test free agency. I mean, he's restricted. I have a like 0% chance, or there's just a 0% chance he's going to leave us. I guess I'm going to release Hal Beasley, who we did sign in the draft, and then maybe Kenrich Williams, I'm going to cut. Sorry, man. I know I just signed you, but oh no. Okay, so Hal Beasley wouldn't have even counted because he was on a 2-way. So who am I going to move? I mean, now I'm thinking like we trade somebody. And we're actually going to trade Julian Champagny to the Washington Wizards for a 2028 second round pick. Do they still have Justin Champagny? Damn, that'd be kind of cool if they could pair up with each other. But that is how we are going to clear up that roster spot. And I'm very excited about this starting five next year with Harper, Peterson, Miller, Flagg, and Kaman. Trey Mann is definitely going to be the sixth man. He's going to get around 22 minutes a night. I think we can go around 15 to Collier. We can do about 10 to Filipowski, or 13 to Filipowski. T-John can get about 15 minutes. And then I think I'm not going to play Diabate this year because I do want to play Salon and I want to play Cody Williams. So I think Cody Williams can get like another 15 minutes a night. Injuries are on in case something does happen. And then the final six, I'm going to see like what Noah Essengay can do with those 6 minutes. So we start off the season with a win against Boston. Brandon Miller drops 35, Cooper Flagg 25, 9, and 6. That's an exciting start to the year. Can we beat the Wizards? All right, we beat them by 37 points. Trey Mann drops 31 off the bench. Cooper Flagg had a triple-double. Are the Hornets back? We might be back. We do end up getting blown out by the OKC Thunder. I mean, they are one of the best teams in the league. I almost traded Dalton Connect for Keegan Murray last year, but it looks like Murray signed with the Thunder. And then we do lose by 1 to the Orlando Magic. Wow, we scored 51 points in the fourth quarter. I was kind of gassing up this team. We went 2-0 to start off the year. Then we lost 3 in a row, but we do start off the year 3-3. All right, so we're here at the deadline, and Charles Lee's job, I think, is going to be saved. We are 31-20, and when you're in the Eastern Conference in 2K a couple years down, that is a very, very good place to be. We're the 3 seed. We do only have a 2.9 point differential like the Pacers. The Pistons have a better one than us. The defense still isn't great. But I'm definitely fine with where this team is at right now, with Brandon Miller being the number 1 guy, the number 1 3-level scorer on this team. And then we also have Cooper Flagg like right behind him, giving me a double-double every night, plus 5 assists, plus 4 stocks. And the efficiency has gone up as well. 57% true shooting up to a 60% true shooting this year. Dylan Harper is averaging 18, 5, and 6 on really good efficiency as the starting point guard. Kaman is averaging a double-double as well and about a block and a half a night. Darren Peterson isn't going to get the most shots up like with this core right now, but he's been just fine. And I don't know if it is just the young core. Maybe it's just something to keep an eye on. Like, we haven't really had a lot of injuries so far, and I've had far more frequent injuries on like 43 injury frequency in 2K. So maybe we've just been really lucky. Like, I'm going to knock on wood. Anthony Edwards ends up winning MVP this year. Wow, back-to-back NBA Finals and now an MVP award. Yeah, he'd probably be the face of the NBA. AJ Debanta, who was the number 1 overall pick, 17 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, is your Rookie of the Year. Isaiah Jackson's your 6th Man of the Year. Wemby wins Depoy. Kaman Watch is your Most Improved Player. 11 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1.7 blocks. All right, he didn't really play a lot last year. Like, he went up basically 20 minutes a night. It's probably how he won Most Improved Player. Just should never go to a sophomore for that exact reason. Devin Booker, Clutch Player of the Year, and Coach of the Year is Chris Finch of Anthony Edwards, who just won MVP. Luka Doncic on All-NBA First Team. Cooper Flagg on All-NBA First Team. All right, he's here to save the Charlotte Hornets, bring them back to relevancy. So we are going to be going into the playoffs. I believe actually making the playoffs. Dyson Daniels did not get re-signed by Atlanta. I'm not so sure about that. Darren Peterson did still end up on All-Rookie First Team, but I believe... Okay, so we ended up as the 4 seed. Dylan Harper is going to be out. No. All right, he's actually going to be back. Nice. He suffered an injury with like 3 weeks left. I didn't think he was going to be back, but it looks like he's going to be able to play through it. Yeah, let's go. He is back. That is huge for us. We're taking on the Indiana Pacers in round 1 with Halliburton, Nembhard, Mathurin. They traded Pascal Siakam, it looks like, back to Toronto for Brandon Ingram. They also have DeAndre Hunter. They have Jarris Walker. And yeah, we're going to be playing playoff basketball for the first time since like 2016, 2017. It's been a minute. Like, they lost in the playing tournament in 2022. I think it was the 2016 season. That was like the guy dressed up as like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle against Dwayne Wade. Like, that's how long ago the Hornets have been in the playoffs. And yeah, Miller and Flagg combined for 42 points a night. Flagg, I guess, did miss 1 game this year. I don't even remember that. Cody Williams actually showed some progression this year with his efficiency and finishing at the rim. T-John, I don't know if I'm going to have to give up on him. All right, so since we are going to get Dylan Harper back for the playoffs, he's definitely going to start for us. I think Cody Williams, like, could get one of the final spots in the rotation, which would be nice to see. We are obviously going to start... Come on. I think Filipowski, like, he was able to be at least somewhat of a floor spacer this year. He's going to get around 15 minutes a night, which means, honestly, I don't know if Kaman's ready to play that much, but we'll go 31 to Kaman. We'll go 17 to Filipowski. We are going to go, because Collier was playing a ton when Harper went down. Collier's just going to get like 12 minutes a night. I just don't trust that shot right now. And then we're going to go about 24 to Man, 31 to Kaman, 37 to Cooper Flagg. Let's go 38 to Brandon Miller. We can go 32 to Peterson, And let's go 35 to Dylan Harper. So yeah, how did like Noah Essengate do in his limited playing time? He flashed some things, it looks like. All right, so can we pull off? I feel like this would be an upset. I don't know, man. It's just like the Charlotte Hornets. Can we actually win a playoff series? Are we for real? Can Charles Lee get his first career playoff series under his belt? And honestly, everybody on this team getting their first playoff series victory outside of Grant Williams, basically. We are up 2-0. We do lose game 3, and we lose game 4 just like that. So we were up 2-0, and I'm like, all right, are we about to sweep them? Nope, they just come back and they tie it up. Brandon Miller's averaging 25 so far. Dylan Harper's averaging 21. Cooper Flagg 19 and 11. Game 5 does go to the Indiana Pacers. They blow us out. Dylan Harper dropped 31. Halliburton with 26. Mathurin with 26. Robert Williams with 26. Are we going to get eliminated in round number 1? That is the case. Damn, we went up 2-0, and then we lost 4 in a row. I mean, that's a little bit of a choke. I got really cocky. I'm like, Charles Lee's going to win his first playoff series. Damn, we lost by 29 in game 3. Cooper Flagg did not shoot the ball all that well. Neither did Kaman. Kaman, I just want him to stop taking all these threes. We lost by 16 in game 4. I mean, this was a little bit of a Darren Peterson breakout game. His three-point shot was not falling. Brandon Miller really struggled in game number 4. Game 5, we got blown out again. Oh, my God. Dylan Harper had a good game here. Brandon Miller struggled. Damn, Brandon Miller got off to a good start in the first 4 games-ish, and then kind of struggled in the final 3 or final 2. And then in game number 6, I mean, Harper came to play in a way. Brandon Miller, 6-13, nothing crazy. All right, you know what? I would have liked to win a playoff series this year, but I think we're heading in the right direction. This team is going to build up chemistry, continuity, and we're going to continue to hopefully just get better and progress as Anthony Edwards and Jalen Brunson, your conference finals MVPs. This video has been all Minnesota. They've won the last 2 finals and just won MVP. Are they about to three-peat? The Minnesota Timberwolves do not three-peat. Wow. They were up 2-0, and then the Knicks won 4 in a row. Karl Anthony Towns is your finals MVP. Look at that. And they don't even have Mikal Bridges anymore, and they still won it all. That's kind of crazy. So, damn, Russ fractured his leg on the Bucks. He's out for the year, and he's going to retire. Harden retires. Brook Lopez retires. Bradley Beal retires. Definitely a little bit of an end of an era right there with Harden and Russ retiring. Some Thunder legends, some Rockets legends, some Clippers legends, right? It's funny they played on 3 teams together. Right? That's crazy. So here we are. The only pick we're probably going to get is our pick this year. I think. Damn. So the Hawks. Yeah, they made the playoffs. I missed that. I was hoping to get the Hawks pick in the lottery, but that Miami pick is lottery protected, so we are not getting it. The Kings get the number 1 overall pick via San Antonio. Okay. San Antonio just lost out on the number 1 pick. I feel like that never happens. So the Heat are going to get their pick at 2. Like I said, it was lottery protected. We have our pick at 21. We have Dallas's pick at 26 from the PJ Washington trade. And then we also, I thought we're going to get, okay, so we have the 25th pick via the Cavs. And then 23 via Atlanta. So we have 21, 23, 25, 26. I don't know how I feel about 4 picks in the 20s. I think what I'm going to try to do is move 26, 25, 23, and 41 to move up to 15 with the Chicago Bulls. And they're going to agree to that. So we are going to have 15 and 21 in this draft. I think it's a little bit better. Tyrone Stokes out of Duke goes number 1 to Sacramento. So Duke has had 3 top 3 picks in a row. From Duke players, because we had Cooper Flagg in 25, Cameron Boozer in 26, Stokes here in 27. And I'm going to take Abraham Maker-Bull here with the 15th overall pick, a center out of Sudan, which I believe that's where Kaman Maliwatch is from. Don't quote me on that, but I know he's from Africa. I think he's from South Sudan. So that's kind of cool. We have 2 centers on our team from Sudan, and we are on the clock here, or about to be on the clock at 21. We have a trade right before us. Some draft picks being traded between the Knicks and the Raptors. They take this Adam guy who I probably would have taken. I think I'm looking at Jason Crow. Marcus Johnson is on the board from Ohio State. I'm going to take, yeah, I think I'm going to take Jason Crow, a 6'5" guard out of Arkansas. So Abraham Maker-Bull and Jason Crow, we are going to sign. I don't know if Diabate is going to come back. So $10 million for T-John. That is a lot of money for somebody that has yet to be efficient. I think I'm going to try to do a sign and trade right now. Like, I think he can still have some value to some teams. So I'm actually going to trade him within the division. I feel like he should not be 3 stars, but I'm going to get a swap worst between Brooklyn and New York next year, which could be like the 30th pick in the draft for them taking a flyer on T-John. So we'll see how he's going to play within the division. I guess we're rolling that as a bust of a top 10 pick for us, but hey, we do have some other talent on the team right now. We are also going to be making this trade with the Philadelphia 76ers. I love Isaiah Collier's playmaking, but he has really not been efficient for this team, and he has kind of been trending in the right direction, like a career high in 3-point percentage last year. Not as career high in field goal percentage, but it was better from year 2. But I'm going to send him to Philadelphia for Caden Boozer, the brother of Cameron Boozer, former Duke Blue Devil, and I'm getting a swap best between the Clippers and the Sixers in 2029. So we never kept, so I guess we still have Filipowski, we still have Cody Williams, and then obviously the 3rd overall pick from that draft ended up being Dylan Harper. But yeah, we own 4 first-round picks in the 2028 draft, 2 in 2029. We're still accumulating these draft picks. I'm going to give all these guys the qualifying offers. Obviously, number 1 priority is to bring back Brandon Miller. I'm going to bring back Grant Williams as well. Kind of a vibes guy here. Diabate, I don't know if I'm going to bring back because we have Kaman starting. We have Filipowski, another Duke guy. Forgot to mention that. And then we have a center we just drafted at pick 15. So I think Diabate is probably going to be gone. I'm going to renounce the rights on him. A fantastic rebounder for sure. So we are going to re-sign Brandon Miller, 5 years, $182 million. I think a little bit of a hometown discount there. Now we do have some other cap space if we wanted to sign somebody. I think we have like $17 million. I don't know what position I'd go after because I think like right now we do have plenty of big men at the moment. We do have Brandon Miller, Cody Williams, and some wings. We have Peterson and Powell. Yeah, I've got a lot of like North Carolina college guys. And then we have Harper, Mann, Boozer, and Jason Crow. So I'm going to take, I guess, I don't know. I was going to sign 2 more guys, but I forgot about Darren Williams and Noah Essengay, who I would like to bring back. Like it was Watford and De Silva. Now, if I have the roster spots, I'll keep them, but I'm going to cut them probably for Williams and Essengay if we do get them back on the qualifying offers. I guess Dyson only signed a 1-year deal with Golden State. I'm surprised they didn't want to re-sign him because of how productive he was for them. So we get Essengay and Williams back, the 2nd round picks from the 25 draft. A lot of green yet again. It's just like a dopamine hit seeing this. It's just like so beautiful. Just green across the board. The only red is probably to Grant Williams. Well, I guess it is to Tristan De Silva. But yeah, we have Cooper Flag up to a 92. Miller at an 89. Harper 87. Peterson already up to an 86. This team is heading in the right direction. And since we did get rid of T-John Salon, we don't have like a big rookie extension for next year. We do have Trey Mann becoming a free agent. I guess we do have Cody Williams as well. $29 million. Are you kidding me? For this production, you want $29 million, Cody? You're not getting that. And we do need to cut 2 players before the season starts, so I do think I'm going to cut Trendon Watford and Tristan De Silva. All right, so this is what the 10-man rotation is going to look like this year. Harper, Peterson, Miller, Flegg, and Kaman with a bench of Trey Mann, Filipowski, Cody Williams, Essengay, and Drake Powell. I guess Filipowski is also a free agent at the end of the year, so we'll see how much money that they are going to be demanding for in free agency. We were the 4th seed last year, but lost in round number 1, so the goal this year is at least to win a playoff series, because if we don't, then I would say we're a little stagnant, and I think that would be kind of disappointing. All right, yeah, 42-7. This team is taking its stride. We are not being stagnant whatsoever. We have a 14.3 point differential. We're on a 3-game winning streak. We're 9-1 in our last 10. We have by far the best offense in the, I think, NBA. Wow. So the top offense in the West is scoring 121 points a night. The second best in the East is 124. We're scoring about 132 points a night. That is incredible. Now our defense is about middle of the pack. It could definitely be a little bit better, but we are just outscoring every single team we're going up against. Just kind of fun. Brandon Miller dropping 22 points. Cooper Flag dropping 20. He's at 94. Dylan Harper dropping 20. Darren Peterson's dropping 19. Even Trey Mann is getting his 6-man numbers. He just came back from an injury. Kaman's averaging 12 and 8 on 49% shooting. Filipowski 8 and 4. Cody Williams is shooting 49% from the field and averaging 8 points per game. And I've even given Noah Essengay minutes this year. And I gave Darren Williams some playing time when Trey Mann got hurt. But now that Trey Mann's back, he's going to get in there back into the rotation. But I don't think this team needs to make any additions. Now, Filipowski could be a free agent. Trey Mann could be a free agent. Cody Williams could be a free agent. So these are guys we could move right now for maybe another veteran, but I think I'm just going to hold off on that. So I do want to ink up a new extension with Trey Mann before the season is over. We are going to give him about $45 million over 3 years till his age 30 season. All right, so we are going to finish the season with a 59-23 record. Jokic wins another MVP, so he's won 2 in this game now. That's 5 MVPs of his career. Stokes is your rookie of the year. Cuff is your 6th man of the year. Wemby Depoy. Most improved is Nate Ament over there in Phoenix. Jokic gets clutch player of the year, and Kidd is your coach of the year. We get Cooper Flag on all NBA first team yet again. He has a career high in true shooting percentage. And I wonder if he's going to be on an all-defensive team. We don't get any other Hornets on an all-NBA team. I thought there could have been a chance. Cameron Boozer is there on all-defensive first team. I didn't see how far the Jazz went last year, but I wonder how they are going to perform this year with LaMelo Ball and Boozer getting even better. As the Jazz, okay, I think they're just cursing 2K. They have built a very good team over there with LaMelo Ball. Oh, and they just have John Morant and Cameron Boozer, and they just can't. They have a good team, but they have just a lot of guards. Ja, George, LaMelo, Colin Sexton, Kobe Buffkin, Keyshawn George. Yeah, way too many guards. Like, I guess it was, yeah, a Lowry Markkanen for John Morant trade. I'm sure there was some other picks or assets in that deal. We ended up as the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference this year. We're going to be going up against the Brooklyn Nets. I feel like I gave them somebody, right? Did I trade them somebody? I thought it was for, like, that Swap Wars pick, but that might have been with a different team. They got Jeremiah Fears and Cam Thomas in that backcourt. They have Finals MVP from that 2025 season. Julius Randle there at the 4. And Dylan Harper and Peterson both averaged 19. Flagg and Miller averaged 21 and 22 points per game. It's a very deep team. Damn, Caden Boozer played for the injured Dylan Harper and actually was pretty good. But Harper is going to be fully healthy, ready to go for the playoffs. Drake Powell, also not bad either, finally getting minutes this year. So for the playoffs, we know what the starting 5 is going to be. I just think I got to decide between Powell or Essengay. And I think I'm going to play Essengay over Powell just because he's been here for a little bit longer. Cody Williams, he might actually get $30 million. Somebody might see like a type of guy that could progress over time if you give him a little bit more volume and shots per game. We'll go 32 to Maui Watch. We'll go 36 to Flagg, 37 to Miller, 34 to Peterson. We'll do 36 to Harper, 36 to Peterson. Yeah, that's what it's going to look like. All right, so let's see if we can get our first playoff series victory. We do beat the Brooklyn Nets by 20 to start things off. All right, 44-point fourth quarter. We held them to 22. We do win game 2, but a little bit of deja vu here. We were up 2-0 last year against the Pacers. Let's see what happens here. We do go up 3-0, unlike losing 4 in a row. Come on. Oh my God, a little bit of a breakout series for the big man from Duke, and we are going to sweep the Brooklyn Nets. We win 119-115. It'd actually be very funny to watch Cam Thomas and Julius Randle on the same team. Flagg with 22, Kaman with 20, Harper with 16, Mann with 16. Brandon Miller could not just shoot whatsoever in this game. I don't know why Filipowski is getting 12 shots either. But hey, a win is a win. We're taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers in round number 2. They still have that elite backcourt, still have that elite front court, and they've also developed Jalen Tyson over time as well. All right, so let's see what happens here. Game number 1, the Cavs do beat us, and we were at home. Peterson dropped 33. I mean, we know he could score. That's why we drafted him. Flagg 21-7, 6, 4, and 3. Dylan Harper 6 of 14. Come on, 6 of 16. Game number... Okay, we had a couple minor injuries there, but they could play through it. We do blow them out, okay, by 51 points in game 2. See, this is where we could just score like it's nothing. 6 blocks for Kaman, 73 combined between Miller and Flagg. All right, on to game number 3. We do end up winning this one, 128-126. Garland at 28, Mitchell at 25, but Flagg at 24, 7 and 7. Dylan Harper at 15, 8 and 11, or in 13. He was incredible. Trey Mann, fully healthy. We do win game 4. Okay, so they won game 1, and then we've won 3 in a row. Brandon Miller has been a beast here over the last few games. Can we win in 5? Yes, we can. We win 149-144. Sometimes our defense isn't going to be great, but our offense is going to be even better. Cooper Flagg only scored 11 points, but he also had 14 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals, and 3 blocks. All right, here we go. Game number 1 against Detroit. We lose. They are led by Cade Cunningham. They also have... Look at that. Former Hornet Mark Williams. They also have Nikola Vucevic. They still have Thompson, Holland. They've added Walker Kessler. How many centers do they have? Kessler, Vucevic, okay, and Mark Williams. I'm not sure that's needed, but maybe it's working. They're here in the conference finals. We do win game 2. Hopefully this is just something that happened like last series. We lose game 1, then we win 4 in a row, but that is not going to happen. We lose by 1 in overtime. Damn, Cade Cunningham went off, 33 and 11. They also have Mikal Bridges on their team as well. The Knicks traded him to Detroit. Game number 4, we do win this one, 131-125. Cade goes off for 45. Flagg at 38. Let's take a 3-2 lead. Damn it, they go up 3-2. Oh my God, their last 2 wins are by 1 and by 2. Let's see what happens here. Don't go home here. Force a game 7. Yes, all right, we force a game 7. We win 133-115. That's what I'm talking about with the young core. All right, here we go. Game 7. Can we pull? Oh, wow, we just lost Trey Mann for the rest of the year. Okay, that is quite unfortunate. I think that means Cody Williams might play more. I think I actually may play Caden Boozer, who was quite efficient, honestly. in the backup point guard role. So he's going to get like 15 minutes a night. We'll go 15 to Essengay, or 14 to Essengay is fine. We'll go a little bit more to Cody Williams, who's been pretty good and pretty efficient here in the playoffs. So here we go, Game 7, no Trey Mann. The Dallas Mavericks are in the NBA Finals. We get outscored by 9 in the first quarter, but we have a much better second quarter. We have a back and forth third. I mean, this is going to be a very entertaining fourth quarter. We're down by 2 with 6 minutes and 48 seconds to go. Oh my God. You know how there's like a Cavalanche right now for the Cavs? They can go on a run at any moment. We have like a Hornets lanch. That doesn't really make sense. But yeah, we are going to go to the NBA Finals. We win 113-99. We were down 3 games to 2. We won 2 in a row. Anthony Edwards and Cooper Flagg are your conference finals MVPs. 2 former #1 picks. And actually, yeah, Anthony Edwards got it, and they didn't even make the finals. Wow, that's kind of crazy. So we're taking on Dallas, who still has Kyrie, Keon Johnson. Is this supposed to be Michael Ruzic? Yeah, it is. Anthony Davis, Derek Lively, Sohan, Hardy, Christie, Gafford. They have an interesting core. The PJ Washington series, we blow them out here in game number 1. Game number 2, we do win this one as well, 136-112. Flagg with 32, Miller with 27. Game 3, bang, 118-101. Dylan Harper with 30, Maluach with 25. And we may sweep the Dallas Mavericks. We almost lost. We were down 3-2 against the Detroit Pistons, and we are blowing out. I guess we matched up very well against Dallas. Dylan Harper with kind of flirting with the triple-double. I don't know if I can get him 3 rebounds in the final minute here, or final 2 minutes, but he's got 20 points, 7 rebounds, and 13 assists. Kyrie's going to take a deep 3. No good. Rebounded by Brandon Miller, who's got 17. Cooper Flagg, it's got 18, 8, and 8 in this game. We got Cody Williams, who I guess, like, not exactly Harrison Barnes, but maybe similar, like being part of like finals teams and not getting a ton of shots and playing time, but could get a lot of money on the open market. As he got Kyrie in the air, he's going to go up with the left hand, and he scored his first bucket of game number 4. Better late than never. Darren Peterson's got 30 though. Yeah, I think I made the right pick there, selecting him over Cameron Booster. I think either one of them would have been fine, but then I would have had to bump back Brandon Miller to the 2. I didn't know how I felt about him guarding like quick 2 guards. I kind of liked him at the 3 with Flagg at the 4 and Kaman at the 5. Rather than Boozer at the 4, Miller at the 2, and then Cooper Flagg at the 3, as Dylan Harper is so shifty with the ball in his hands. Cody Williams for 3, why not? Damn it. All right, Brandon Miller picks up the rebound. Let's kick it up to Dylan Harper, who's got 27 and 14. He's going to go right at Kyrie with the right hand there. He's got 22 points now. This team is actually too good. Duke on Duke here. Derek Lively trying to go at Cooper Flagg. Yep, Cooper Flagg can just guard all centers, as Kyrie's going to get an off-balance 3, and he knocks that down. Still a 31-point game, as it's also cool that we're going to win at home. Cooper Flagg, I haven't actually tried to do much with you right now. Let's see what you could do here. Brandon Miller with the screen. Cooper Flagg. Oh, we're going to throw the oop. Okay, that wasn't the greatest oop, but it actually worked out. And one Brandon Miller. Come on, just picked up rebound number 7. He is a unit out there. Look how big he is. Oh my God. What is he, 7'2", 7'1"? Guarding Kyrie, like, oh, I wish Kyrie was on me. Yeah, they got to send the double. Let's keep swinging the rock. I mean, terrible spacing. Okay, let's get it back to come on. All right, if they're going to double, who's going to... They're not going to double. Are you stupid? All right, come on with the easy shot of his life, and he missed it. Come on. But yeah, the Charlotte Hornets are taking on the 2028 NBA Championship. And look at Kaman holding up the Finals MVP. He looks so much bigger than like Grant Williams out there as well. And then there's Cooper Flagg holding the trophy. I think Brandon Miller is going to get Finals MVP, but it may honestly go to Cooper Flagg. I'm intrigued to see. Oh, never mind. Dylan Harper is holding the trophy right now. A little bit of a shocker. And Finals MVP is going to actually, yeah, be Dylan Harper. 19 points, 7 rebounds, 10 assists, 56, 42, 88 splits. This team is set up perfectly for the future. You're welcome, Hornets fans. Hopefully, this is going to put you guys on the right track. I know trading of LaMelo Ball is probably something you guys don't really want to do. I'm just saying, if there's like an offer you can't refuse on the table, maybe it makes sense. So hope you guys did enjoy this trading LaMelo Ball Hornets rebuild. Let me know in the comments. Do you think they should trade LaMelo Ball and maybe build a new identity over there in Charlotte, and maybe it's just not going to work out with him as their main guy going forward? Try to sell high on him in the offseason. Let me know if you did enjoy. I'd appreciate you dropping a thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.